My child, I see you. I see the heaviness in your heart, the weight that no one else notices when they glance your way. They see the smile, the routines, the strength you show. But I see beyond all that. I see the nights you cry when no one is watching. I see the way your faith trembles, the way your hands shake when you pray, unsure if I'm still listening. I am. I have always been. You've been surrounded by voices telling you that certain things are impossible. They speak from logic, from statistics, from human reasoning. But I do not speak from those places. I am not limited by natural laws, by timelines, by numbers. I created time itself. I formed the stars with a whisper. I told the oceans how far they could come and no further. So when I say the impossible is about to bow before me, I am not speaking in riddles. I am revealing what has already been set in motion in the unseen. You've been walking through a valley, and it's felt endless. Your prayers have echoed like silence returned. But what you couldn't see is what I've been doing behind the veil. What you call delay, I call preparation. What you saw as rejection, I used as redirection. The enemy wanted you to believe that I was absent, that I had overlooked your pain. But I was never gone. I was working in dimensions you couldn't reach, aligning miracles you didn't yet understand. There are things that have resisted you for years, strongholds that would not break, doors that would not open, hearts that would not soften. But I say this now, the resistance is about to collapse. That which stood tall before you, taunting you, telling you it could not be moved, will soon fall flat before my presence. I am stepping into your circumstances in a way that will leave no room for doubt. Not just for you, but for everyone watching your life. They said it was too late. They said your age disqualified you. They said you missed your season. But I never write your story according to human calendars. I operate in appointed times, divine timings, kairos moments. And yours is arriving. I am not rushing it, and I have not forgotten it. I have preserved it. The delay was not denial, it was divine design. Even now I see how your spirit is weary. You've continued to trust me, but the cracks have deepened. You've asked me, Lord, is there still hope? And I answer you now, not only is there hope, there is victory. There is fulfillment. There is restoration that will overflow like a river breaking past its banks. I am not bringing you a trickle of answers. I am unleashing a flood of my power. Because I am the God of the impossible, and the impossible is about to bow before me. That diagnosis you feared, it will bow. That debt they said would ruin you, it will bow. That addiction that's held your family hostage, it will bow. That generational curse that's haunted your bloodline, it will bow. Not because of who you are, but because of who I am. I am the I am. I do not consult fear. I do not partner with impossibility. When I declare a thing, it is already in motion, and I have declared over you freedom, healing, breakthrough, and divine turnaround. Some have mocked you in silence. Others have written you off out loud. But I will make them witnesses. I will prepare a table before you in the presence of those who doubted, not to shame them, but to reveal my glory. They will know that it was not luck. It was not your own strength. It was me, your God, who lifted you, covered you, sustained you, and turned your story into a sign. There is a reason you survived what tried to kill you. There is a reason the enemy came after you so violently. It's because your life carries weight in the spirit. You don't see the full picture, but I do. You thought you were forgotten, but I had you hidden. Hidden for the right time. Hidden like a seed in the soil, not buried to die, but planted to rise. I speak now to the part of you that's almost given up, the tired, quiet ache inside you. Hear me clearly. The impossible is not your wall. It is your witness. What they said couldn't happen is what I will make happen. What they said was finished I will resurrect. Because I am the resurrection, I am the breath that enters dry bones, I am the voice that shatters tombs, I am the light that breaks the darkest night. You don't need to see the full path, just take the next step. I will guide you, I will protect you, I will empower you. And when you stand on the other side of this storm, you won't just tell your testimony, you will be the testimony. You will walk into rooms that once rejected you, and you will carry my authority. Not to boast, but to bless. Not to rise alone, but to lift others with the strength I have placed within you. You've questioned whether the promise still stands. Let me be clear. It stands, because I spoke it. And my word does not return void. It accomplishes. It manifests. It brings forth. So prepare yourself. Prepare your heart. Prepare your spirit. For what you are about to see will not just surprise you. It will silence every lie that tried to convince you that I wouldn't come through. This is not just another message. This is not just another moment. This is divine interruption. I am intervening in the systems of impossibility. I am rewriting what man said could not be rewritten. I am rearranging outcomes that looked final. And I'm doing it not just for your sake, but for my glory. And when it happens, you'll know. The impossible didn't bow to your strength. It bowed to me. You've waited long, and in the waiting you've grown familiar with pain. It's become a silent companion, one you never asked for but somehow learned to live with. And even though you've pressed on, even though your lips whispered praise, I heard the questions buried deep beneath the worship. I heard you ask, will this ever end? And my answer is not just an end. It is a reversal. Because I am not only the Alpha, I am also the Omega. I finish what I start. I complete what I begin. And what I started in you was not to tease you with hope. It was to show the world what I can do with the one who doesn't give up, the one who trusts even with trembling hands, the one who walks forward even when the ground beneath them feels like it might collapse. I have seen your tears, and not a single one was wasted. I bottled every one, and they are now the seeds of the harvest I am commanding. What the world called too far gone, I call just in time. What they labeled broken beyond repair, I'm about to breathe on and bring to life. Don't mistake silence for absence. Don't confuse my stillness for apathy. When you thought nothing was happening, the heavens were shifting. Angels were dispatched. Chains were breaking in realms you could not yet touch. Your prayers were not ignored. They were being weaponized for a moment such as this. You are standing on the edge of what you didn't even know how to ask for. You've prayed for answers, but what I'm releasing is restoration. You've prayed for provision, but what I'm releasing is overflow. You've prayed for a sign, and what I'm sending is a storm that clears the way and leaves only what I ordained to remain. I am not giving you scraps. I am preparing a feast. And the places you thought you had been disqualified from, those very places will call for you. You thought you missed your moment. But your moment was not missed. It was being preserved. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are in alignment with a God who doesn't rush miracles and never delivers them dull. I give glory with weight. I give promises with power. And I don't just open doors. I rebuild whole rooms for your entrance. You've wondered if it's too late to dream again. You've buried visions you once held with passion because life hardened you and hope became painful. But I am the God who resurrects dreams, not just bodies. I am the God who revives vision, not just breath. And now, I breathe again into your soul. I breathe on the ashes of what once was. I stir the embers of what they thought had burned out. You will dream again. Not small, not safe, but wildly, boldly, and in sync with my spirit. I didn't choose you because you were the most qualified. I chose you because you were willing. willing to break when others wanted comfort, willing to stay when others walked away, willing to trust me when you couldn't trace me. And that willingness has reached my throne like incense. Your name is known in heaven. Your voice is familiar to me. And now the heavens respond. The enemy underestimated you. He saw your struggle but didn't see your covenant. He heard your cries but didn't recognize your covering. He tried to convince you that this would be your end. But what he thought would crush you has only made you more dangerous, more anointed, more prepared, more grounded in me. And now, the tables are turning. The report that terrified you, I'm rewriting it. The door that slammed shut, I'm replacing it with something better than you imagined. The relationship that ended with pain, I'm healing it or replacing it with something holy. I am not done writing your story, and the next chapter doesn't begin with survival. It begins with glory. My glory. Not just for others to witness, but for you to live inside of. They will ask, how did it happen? And you will say, God. Not in cliché, not in habit, but in truth. Because what I am about to do will leave no fingerprints but mine. I am removing every illusion that this could be done by man. I am stripping away every false savior, every counterfeit comfort. Because when I move in a way that glorifies my name and transforms your life. I didn't bring you this far to abandon you at the finish line. I didn't carry you through the fire to leave you scarred without purpose. Everything has been working toward this moment. And though you couldn't see the pattern, I was weaving something eternal. You're about to understand why I said wait. You're about to understand why the door didn't open when you begged for it. You're about to see why I took certain people out of your life. It wasn't punishment. It was protection. This is not payback. This is promise. This is not a coincidence. This is covenant. And when the impossible bows before me, you will not just witness it. You will walk in it. You will carry the evidence. You will be the miracle. Your very presence will be proof that God still moves, still restores, still heals, still answers. I'm not doing this halfway. I'm not giving you fragments. I'm restoring you in full, emotionally, spiritually, financially, relationally. Everything the locust tried to consume, I am replenishing, and not in the same form. I'm not giving you back what you lost. I'm giving you something better, deeper, stronger, lasting. There are people you haven't even met yet whose lives will be changed because of what I'm doing in you. The miracle I bring will not stop with you. It will ripple. It will flow from your house to your family, your community, your generation. Because this is bigger than you. It always was. So, hold your head high. The weight you feel now is the pressure of purpose. The trembling in your soul is the nearness of breakthrough. And the silence in this season is the final pause before the announcement. Heaven is moving. Earth is about to respond. And the impossible, that mocking mountain that stared you down for so long, is already trembling. Because it knows who is coming. And when I step in, the impossible does not argue. It bows. You've grown weary, I know. But listen to me. What you're feeling is not defeat. It's the tension right before deliverance. It's the ache in the spirit that comes before something breaks open. The enemy has tried to convince you that the heaviness means something is wrong. But in my realm, the heaviness often means something holy is being birthed. Your spirit has been carrying weight others cannot see. You've smiled through storms and encouraged others while your own soul bled quietly. You've sat in rooms full of people and still felt unseen. But I have seen you. I have never once looked away. And though others may have misunderstood your process, I've been guarding it like a holy fire. Because what I'm doing in you is sacred, and sacred things must be hidden before they are revealed. You are not behind. You are not overlooked. You are hidden for a time. Because I'm preparing you for a release that cannot be touched by human approval or human interference. This next move in your life won't come because of who you know. It won't be because someone opened a door for you. It will be because I broke through every barrier myself. I will not share the glory of what I'm about to do. You've seen delay. But delay is not denial when I am the one ordering the steps. I delayed some things so that your character would be strong enough to carry the weight of the blessing. You wanted it sooner. I wanted it secure. You asked me, why not now? And I whispered back, because I love you too much to give you something before it's time. You thought I was being silent, but I was building. You thought I had paused, but I was protecting. The silence was never empty. It was full of strategy, full of alignment, full of divine arrangements being made on your behalf. While you wrestled with questions in the night, I was arranging resources. While you fought off discouragement, I was sending word to the ones I would call to bless you. You thought you were standing still, but I was moving heaven to meet you right where you are. Every sacrifice you've made, I've counted it. Every seed of obedience, every prayer that went unanswered in the moment, every time you chose to believe even when nothing changed. I was watching. I didn't forget. I don't overlook faithfulness. I reward it. And my reward doesn't just satisfy. It overflows. You've asked me for answers, but I'm about to give you authority. You've asked me to make a way, but I'm about to teach you how to walk in places no one in your bloodline ever reached. You were born to break cycles, to shift atmospheres, to shatter ceilings. The anointing on your life isn't just for you. It's generational. It's transformative. It carries the oil of revival. You will not walk through fire for nothing. You will not bleed for nothing. You will not endure this season only to return to normal. Nothing about your next chapter will be normal. I have not called you to blend in. I have marked you to stand out, not for fame, not for clout, but for my glory, for my name, for my kingdom. And I am not releasing you into visibility until you are clothed in humility. Because this next level cannot be sustained by pride. It must be carried by surrender. You've surrendered much, but now surrender will become your strength, not your struggle. People saw you and thought they knew your story. They saw pieces, but they didn't know the full war you've endured. They didn't see the nights you cried until there were no more tears. They didn't hear the inner battles, the lies you fought off daily. But I saw, and I stayed. And now I rise to respond. The Lion of Judah does not sleep. I am roaring over your situation. I am thundering in the spirit, and what I decree, no man can undo. Watch me dismantle what tried to dismantle you. Watch me scatter the plans of the enemy. Watch me shake the very foundations that held injustice against you. I am not passive. I am powerful. And I'm stepping in, not gently, but with fire. The same fire that purged you is now the fire that will defend you. I'm not asking you to figure it out. I'm asking you to follow me. Even when you don't see the whole map, walk in obedience. Even when the path feels strange, trust the compass of my spirit within you. Because this time, you're not moving alone. Heaven is moving with you. And the impossible is beginning to bend. The immovable is beginning to break. You were never meant to do this by might. Not by power, but by my spirit. That's why you felt weak. That's why your own strength has failed. Because what's about to happen will not be sustained by your effort, but by my hand. The pressure has been great, because the promise is even greater. And I'm not just answering your request, I'm fulfilling your destiny. Even in your doubting, I remained faithful. Even in your stumbling, I remained steady. Even in your quiet moments of despair, I covered you, because you are mine. And no storm, no delay, no enemy tactic can change that. You are held, you are known, you are chosen, and I am not intimidated by your broken places. I am drawn to them. Let me in. Not just the places you've cleaned up, but the places that still ache, the places that still fear, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to restore you. I'm not here to scold you. I'm here to heal you. And I will not stop until every place that was bruised now breathes with power. Until every place that once held trauma now hosts triumph. So, hold on. Don't confuse the shaking with the ending. It's not over. It's beginning. The trembling is not destruction, it's transition. I am removing what cannot stand the weight of your future, and what remains will be pure, holy, refined, prepared. Because you are not just stepping into a new season, you are stepping into my strategy. This is what the impossible fears, a child of God who refuses to quit, a soul that keeps rising, a heart that still says, Amen, even after the delay. And that's who you are. Not perfect, but persistent. Not fearless, but faithful. And that is enough for me to move. That is enough for me to shake the heavens and descend with glory. That is enough for me to say, stand back and watch me do what no one else can. I have heard every whisper of your heart, even the ones you were too afraid to say aloud. The ones wrapped in shame. The ones carried in silence. The ones soaked in tears. And still, I have loved you. Still, I have stayed. Still, I have written your name in my hands and called you mine. I know how tired you are of waiting. I know how the world has pulled at your hope, thread by thread, until it almost unraveled. I've seen you rehearse your fears more than your faith. I've seen you build walls around your heart, not to keep people out, but to keep the pain from spilling over. But beloved, you were not created to carry this alone. The weight you feel was never meant to crush you. It was meant to push you to me. I've been waiting for you to stop striving long enough to realize this battle was never yours to win. It was mine, and I have already overcome. I don't need your perfection. I need your permission. Let me take over now. Let me into the broken places, the uncertain places, the fearful places. Because the place of your greatest pain will become the altar of your greatest praise. The impossible isn't your enemy. It's the doorway I use to make myself known. When man says no, when the odds say never, when the numbers don't add up and logic has no answer, that's when I step in and breathe. That's when my glory reveals itself, because no flesh will be able to boast. No expert, no system, no title, only me. Only I will get the glory from what's coming next in your life. You've asked me to shift things, but now I'm shifting you. Your perspective, your posture, your position. You are not a victim. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are a warrior who has survived more than they can speak of. You are anointed for what others ran from. You carry a mantle that your ancestors prayed for. And now, in this very hour, I'm calling you to rise, not by strength, but by surrender. This is not the end. This is the emergence of dreams buried deep, of identity once clouded, of joy you forgot you could feel. I am breathing into dry bones and they will live again. The places that have laid dormant, places that have slept under grief and guilt. I am awakening them. I am restoring laughter to your mouth and fire to your prayers. I am restoring the boldness you lost when life hit you hard. The impossible thought it could break you. But what it didn't realize is that I have placed in you something eternal. My spirit, my seal, my breath. You are not easily broken because you were created from the breath of the Almighty. No demon in hell can reverse what I have spoken. No curse can stand where my blood covers. No attack can withstand the shield of faith I have wrapped around you. You will stand again. You will believe again. You will build again. Not because of who you are, but because of who I am in you. I am the God who parts seas. I am the God who shuts lions' mouths. I am the God who brings water from a rock. I am the God who raises the dead. And I have not changed. There is an acceleration coming. What once took years will begin to shift in days. What seemed impossible will now seem inevitable. But not because you forced it, because you trusted. You will walk into rooms you weren't invited to. You will find favor in places that previously rejected you. You will speak with clarity and boldness where you once felt timid and unsure. Because I am anointing your voice. I am aligning your steps. I am going ahead of you to make the crooked paths straight. No more striving, no more trying to fix everything by yourself. Rest now. Rest in knowing I am still God. I have not relinquished control. I have not turned my face from you. I've been working behind the scenes, even when you couldn't see it. I've been fighting battles in the spirit realm that you didn't even know were coming. That's why you're still here. That's why the attacks didn't finish you. Because I placed my hand between you and the danger. You didn't miss your moment. What is yours by covenant cannot be taken by circumstance. I am restoring what was stolen, not just returning it, but multiplying it. Because you held on when it didn't make sense. Because you didn't quit, even when it hurt. Because you chose to believe, even if your belief was as small as a mustard seed. And now, I declare this over you. The impossible is bowing, mountains are moving, chains are breaking, doors are opening. Not someday, now. Not for someone else, for you. Not because you earned it, because I promised it. And my word never returns void. You thought you were losing, but you were being led. You thought it was the end, but I was just getting started. I have chosen you for this moment, and I will not let you walk alone. I go before you, behind you, beside you. I cover you in mercy. I clothe you in righteousness. I fill you with power from on high. So breathe again, child. Sing again. Lift your head and see what I am doing. I am shifting the atmosphere around you. I am surrounding you with my favor like a shield. I am turning mourning into dancing, sorrow into strength, delay into destiny. And the very thing that mocked you, the impossible, is now trembling. Because it hears my footsteps. It sees my fire. It knows my name. And it must bow. This is the hour. This is the shift. This is the moment where heaven touches earth in your life. You are not too late. You are not disqualified. You are right on time for my glory. Now let the world watch as I take your never and turn it into now. Let the impossible bow before me. Comment Amen below if this word is for you, and let us know what breakthrough you are believing God for today. Don't forget to subscribe to Jesus' blessed message for more prophetic words, encouragement, and the powerful voice of God speaking to you.